dollar amounts. Yeah, look at that, right. It's like a pickleball outfit, doesn't it? Jeez. She's wearing a pickleball outfit. Stevie, if you reached in like and out of your back pocket, we'll call it, pull out a racket right now, I'd probably fall out of my chair. I'd be so happy. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to get started. If all the board members could please make sure you have your microphones on. Ready, Mike? Okay, good evening. The hour being 6:31 PM on May 27th, 2025. I'd like to call to order the Village of Brookfield Board Meeting. Would everyone please join me in a pledge of allegiance to the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mike. Can we have a roll call, please?
Yes. Trustee Ketchmark.
Here.
Trustee Whitehead.
Here.
Trustee Hendricks.
Here.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Here.
Trustee Gilhooley. Not present. Trustee Kaluzny.
Here.
President Garvey.
Here.
Okay.
Thank you. We have a quorum. We have several items under appointments and presentations on numerous commissioners and board members being reappointed. So the first item, I'd entertain a motion to reappoint Bridget Jakubiak to the Conservation Commission to a term expiring May 27th, 2028.
So moved. Second.
The motion was made by Trustee Kaluzny, second by Trustee Hendricks. Any questions or comments on the reappointment?
I have several comments.
I was hoping you would.
We just were talking, the Conservation Commission is actually currently happening, and they've briefly adjourned to come up and celebrate Bridget.
We'll go fast.
So thank you, Conservation Commission, for being here. And we just talked about how Bridget is starting her 10th year as chair of the Conservation Commission. So I want to thank you for your long service. And thank you for saying yes again. We're excited for several more years and continuing on the sustainability plan. So thank you for your leadership and volunteerism.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, can we have a roll call on that, please?
Yes. Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Bridget. Can you come on and be sworn for start your next decade? You can come up here in front of Mike. Like you got the.
All right, if you repeat after me. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, all right. I, Bridget Jakubiak,
I, Bridget Jakubiak,
having been appointed
having been appointed
to the office of Conservation Commissioner
to the Office of Conservation Commissioner
in the village of Brookfield,
in the Village of Brookfield,
in the county of Cook,
in the County of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
of Conservation Commissioner
of a Conservation Commissioner
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
Bridget, you got to sign to make it official. We'll have you
Oh, I
sign.
gotta sign?
Yeah, we got to sign your next decade away.
Yes. We're just starting to get some good stuff happening.
Continuing lots of good stuff.
And we'll keep a copy of that in the file. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you,
appreciate
everybody, for
you.
all the support.
Now go get back to work.
And
Thank you all. Sorry for taking your room. Okay, the next item, I'd entertain a motion to reappoint Rose Bottorff to the Beautification Commission for a term expiring May 27th, 2028.
So moved. Second.
The motion was made by Trustee Kaluzny, second by Trustee Narimatsu. Any questions or comments on this reappointment?
I also have several. I want to thank Rose for all of her time in the commission so far, working on Brookies, working on Project Nice, working on the garden recognition and bringing new processes and things that can make us more efficient with those different programs of the village. I'm really excited that you're continuing because we have a lot of fun projects this year. So thank you, Rose.
Any other questions or comments from the board? Okay, Rose, if you can come on up and be sworn in by Mike. Oh, I'm sorry, we have to do the vote, sorry. My first meet. Can we have a roll call, please?
Yes, Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Now you can come. I was just testing our new clerk to see if he knew what he was doing. So now you can come up, right?
Yes, she's good. Yeah. Bridget did tell me to wear steel-toe shoes. Please raise your right hand. Can you do your last name for me? How do you pronounce your last name? Bottorff. Okay. I, Rose Bottorff,
I, Rose Bauer,
having been appointed to the office of Beautification Commissioner
having been appointed to the Office of Beautification Commissioner
in the village of Brookfield in the county of Cook,
in the Village of Brookfield in the County of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of Beautification Commissioner
the duties of the Office of
Beautification
Beautification Commission
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
Again, thank you so much for continuing to serve.
I enjoy it.
Thank you, Rose.
This one. You're good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, the next item, I'd entertain motion to reappoint Mary Vyskocil to the Parks and Recreation Board for a term expiring May 27th, 2030.
So moved.
Second.
The motion was made by Trustee Narimatsu. I'm going to give it a second to Trustee Whitehead. Any questions or comments on the reappointment?
I'll make comments. I know she'd like us all to object to her reappointment. I'm so grateful for Mary's willingness to continue to serve. I don't know what year it is. I don't want to make her feel bad. To continue to serve on the Parks and Rec Commission. She's been instrumental in on that commission, volunteering for a ton of her time for village events and bringing back the duck race to benefit the Brookfield Parks and Rec Foundation, and just knows everyone in this town, and so that helps us get us some really great crowds. And connections with local businesses. So thank you, Mary, for your continued volunteering for this commission, and we look forward to working with you in the future.
Any
I'll just add, I know many people have known Mary longer than I have, but she was one of the first people I met when I joined the Parks and Rec Commission, and her leadership and ideas and passion and joy continues to inspire me. So we are all grateful that she is going to continue to serve.
Yes, thank you, Mary. You're everywhere. I always say wherever something's going on in Brookfield, Mary's there, so. Okay, can we have a roll call then, please?
Yes, Trustee Ketchmark?
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead?
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks?
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu?
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Mary. Can you please come up and be sworn in?
Can I take a picture?
Raise your right hand. I, Mary Vyskocil,
I, Mary Vyskocil,
having been appointed to the office
having been appointed to the office
of Parks and Recreation Commissioner
of Parks and Recreation Commissioner
in the Village of Brookfield in the County of Cook,
in the Village of Brookfield in the County of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States,
of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Parks and Recreation Commissioner
of Parks and Recreation Commissioner
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Again, thank you so much, Mary, for everything. Anyway. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm surprised you didn't have a meeting somewhere else.
Thank you. Congrats.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks, Mary.
Okay, the next item, I'd entertain a motion to reappoint John Marino to the Police Pension Board for a term expiring May 27th, 2027.
So moved.
Second?
Motion was made by Trustee Kaluzny, second by Trustee Hendricks. John has served on the Police Pension Board for years. He's a former Brookfield police officer and a Brookfield resident and has served very well on the Pension Board, and I was asked to reappoint him. Any questions or comments from the board about the reappointment? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark?
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead?
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks?
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu?
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. I don't see John in the audience tonight. We'll arrange to have him sworn in before the next pension board meeting. Thank you, John, for agreeing to continue to serve. And the next item, I'd entertain a motion to reappoint Louis Kucera to the Police Pension Board for a term expiring May 27th, 2027.
So moved?
Second.
The motion was made by Trustee Hendricks, second by Trustee Narimatsu. Again, Lou has served on the Police Pension Board for a long time. He is a Brookfield resident and has served the commission very well, and I'm very happy to put his name up for reappointment. Any other questions or comments from the board? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark?
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead?
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks?
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu?
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, and I don't see Lou here tonight. Again, we'll arrange, and Lou, thank you for agreeing to continue to serve. Okay, that ends the items under appointments and presentations. At this point in the meeting, I will open it up to public comment. Is there anyone on this side that has any public comment? Okay, hearing none. Is there anyone on this side that has any public comment? Okay, hearing no public comments, we'll move on to reports of special committees, please. Trustee Narimatsu?
All right, let's see if I get this right. I'd like to make a motion to approve the corporate warrant dated May 27th, 2025, in the amount of $1,885,273.28.
Second.
Okay, the motion to approve the warrant was made by Trustee Narimatsu, second by Trustee Kaluzny. Is there any highlights or anything you want to point out on the warrant?
Just a couple, over about $159,000 for Hancock Engineering services for the various projects going on, and then $548,615 for the purchase of 9500 Ogden.
Do the board members have any questions or comments about the warrant? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark?
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead?
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks?
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu?
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Just a quick reminder that vehicle stickers are due June 30th. And then from DPW, many might have noticed a couple weeks ago, or not quite 2 weeks ago, during that crazy storm that the fence blew down at Ellert Park at the tennis and pickleball court. So I just want to thank Public Works for promptly addressing that situation and making it safe. And just want to note that the C-Click Fix function is the best way to submit service requests from the public. And that ends my report.
Thank you. Trustee Gilhooley is not with us tonight. She called me and said she was unable to make it just before the meeting. So, Trustee Hendricks, anything on planning and zoning or library?
The Planning and Zoning Commission met, I believe, last week. Last week. Sorry. And had a record, I think, 6 cases that they heard. 4 of them will be coming before us in a couple of weeks, and the other 2 have been continued. We will see how those go. As for the library, I don't have a report as their meeting is tomorrow.
Thank you, Trustee Hendricks. Trustee Ketchmark, Administration, Economic Development.
The Economic Development Commission met last Wednesday with the chief discussion being on an economic incentive policy. And prime to that was updating our TIF policy, some minor changes to the PIP program, and sales tax incentives. There's discussion on those topics, and this will be something coming to the village board in the near future. Brookfield Shops is well on its way to a date we thought was a long ways away, 6 months ago. But this Friday is a soft opening with the chamber from 3 to 5, and the grand opening will be on the 6th, which will be next Friday at 11 o'clock. So stay tuned for that. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Ketchmark. Trustee Whitehead, Parks and Recreation.
The Parks and Rec Commission met on Tuesday, May 20th. Some upcoming events. The department is hosting a community meeting about the proposed improvements to Maple South Park. That's on Wednesday, June 11th at 6 p.m. here at Village Hall, where residents can review equipment options and colors for the new playground and vote for their favorites. Preschool classes are wrapping up this month with some end-of-year celebrations, and staff are ramping up for the busy summer camp season starting next month. We have 490 kids registered in some form of summer camp this summer, which is just awesome.
Wow.
Pavilion rentals are open and reservations are coming in. A reminder, the Friday night concert series at Kiwanis Park will kick off on Friday, June 13th at 7 p.m. Entry is free to everyone. We're also hosting a free Kids Fest for the first time on Saturday, June 21st from noon to 5 p.m. at Ellert Park. There will be inflatables, food trucks, and a balloon artist, and that it will take place just after the Brookfield Parks and Rec Foundation's pickleball tournament. Trustee Kaluzny and 15 other teams will be out there playing pickleball, so you can come watch the tournament and go to the Kids Fest. For people and groups that are interested in marching in the 4th of July parade, applications can be found on the village website, on the Parks and Rec Department homepage, or you can call the department at 708-485-1474. The next commission meeting is Tuesday, June 17th here at Village Hall. That's it for the report.
Thank you. Trustee Kaluzny, Conservation, Beautification.
Thank you. I'm going to start with Beautification. Beautification Commission held their annual Project Nice the weekend before on May 17th. It was a huge success. Planning it, I think, in May instead of April made for nicer weather and able to plant some plants. And so wanted to say a huge thank you to all the commissioners that helped work on that event. And also Noah, our staff liaison, excellent at coordinating with everything. Thank you to Public Works for all of the pre-setup, but then also day of, making sure that everything was picked up and cleaned up from everyone working. And also wanted to thank some groups that helped out that day. The Loft came and helped at the shops to plant all the planters. The Women's Club was all over town with people at probably all of the sites. The Garden Club was in front of Village Hall working on the plantings out front. Helping Paws was cleaning stuff up from RB all over town. And the Farmers Market Committee was working on the front of Village Hall around the sign as well, along with a number of other residents and families that were helping at sites throughout town. Oh, and Grosedale Station got some new plants. The ground was very hard there.
Yes, it is, I can attest.
Yes, but we got in there and planted some plants. So, but just want to thank everyone for the huge effort. It's really beautiful. It's nice to see all the new plantings around town, and I think everyone enjoyed helping out. The Beautification Commission's next meeting is on July 1st at 6:30 p.m. here at Village Hall. The Conservation Commission is currently meeting downstairs in the conference room. So if you wanted to learn about that, you can split your time here tonight. But their next meeting will be on June 24th at 6 p.m. at Village Hall. I just wanted to give a shout out to Wyatt and some of the folks on that commission who organized a lot of great plantings at Creekside Woods during Project Nice. They'd been growing baby shrubs in their backyards from the Native Plants Club for several, like a year, and so they were able to transplant them into Creekside Woods and have some nice new native shrubs that are going to be growing along the border of that area, which was really cool. And I will report more at our next board meeting when I find out what they talked about tonight. And that ends my report.
Thank you very much, Trustee Kaluzny. In terms of my reports, the Solid Waste Agency and WCMC have not met since our last meeting. We continue to work with the zoo on many different levels, on many different projects, and some legislation and some community events coming up in the near future that I'll be able to report back on. I did want to thank all the village departments and staff and the Joshua Harris VFW for the Memorial Day ceremony that was done Monday at Veterans Park. There was a very good turnout, and there was the police and fire department. The assistance was there from the police and fire department, as well as Public Works with the setup, and many members of the village board were able to join us. So it was very nice to see the crowd out. Received a lot of thank yous for actually continuing to have the ceremony, and it was an important day for the veterans. And in an ode to former trustee Cote, I'd like to say, if you are a veteran in need of assistance, you can do so through the Jesse Brown VA Medical Center. Please call 312-569-6177. You can start with enrollment. If you're struggling or you know somebody who is struggling, please call 988. If you are a veteran, please call 988 option 1. We are dealing right now with about 22 veterans a day who are taking their life, and we would like to put a stop to that as much as possible. The VA has a national coaching and care program as well, where licensed psychologists and social workers are willing to talk to you by phone. We have these items up on our website, in the village website under the community section. It will tie you over to the VAAC, the Veterans Affairs Commission of Cook County, and they have a lot of other numbers. There's a ton of phone numbers for homelessness, et cetera, and all those things for veterans that you can take advantage. So please take a moment, check out that page. If you don't have access to a computer, look at that. To look at the library here in Brookfield, they do loan out computers, so you can go there, check out a computer, and you can go to these websites, and they can help you with it. Thank you. Okay, that ends the reports of special committees. At this point, I would entertain a motion to pass the omnibus agenda as listed.
So moved.
Second.
The motion to pass the omnibus agenda was made by Trustee Kaluzny, second by Trustee Narimatsu. Roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Moving on to items under new business. The first item, I'd entertain a motion to pass a resolution for change order number 2 of the 2024 lead water service replacement project, Phase 1, to revise the substantial completion date to of June 30th, 2025, and the final completion date of November 30th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
The motion was made by Trustee Ketchmark, second by Trustee Narimatsu. This and the following 2 items are necessitated by the fact that we have taken on so much lead water service replacement, and we had the benefit of one contractor basically bidding on all these, and there's going to just the extra items to complete the number of items. The original completion date is going to need to be extended, and based on the EPA loans, we needed to take the action on these this resolution and the next 2. So, questions or comments from the board? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Again, the next item, I entertain a motion to pass a resolution for change number 2 of the 2024 lead water service replacement project Phase 2 to revise the substantial completion date to June 30th, 2025, and the final completion date to November 30th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
The motion was made by trustee Hendricks, second by trustee Ketchmark. Any questions or comments on this resolution? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. And then the final item, I'd entertain a motion to pass a resolution for change number 2 of the 2024 lead water service replacement for project Phase 3 to revise the substantial completion date to June 30th, 2025, and the final completion date to November 30th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Motion was made by trustee Kaluzny, second by trustee Hendricks. Any questions or comments on this resolution? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Okay, that concludes the items we had under regular business. Tim, do you have anything with the manager's report?
Yes, thank you, President Garvey. Just one quick item to add to the trustee reports in the absence of Trustee Gilhooley. I'm sure she would have reported for the Chamber of Commerce that the award-winning Brookfield Farmers Market will be holding its first farmers market on Saturday, June 7th, right here at Village Hall. So the parking lot, both the side, the west side and the front, south side will be full of tents and people. And we look forward to another successful summer of working successfully with the Chamber of Commerce on the farmers market.
Thank you, Tim. Okay, that ends the items we had on the village board agenda. So at 6:56 PM, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn the village board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
The motion to adjourn was made by trustee Kaluzny, second by trustee Narimatsu. Roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, thank you. The village board meeting is adjourned at 6:56. We will go into the committee of the whole meeting in just a few moments. Thank you.